Hi everyone, my name is Josie. So we're going to be drawing. I'm not painting. We're going to be drawing some trees. Very simple, easy.
That was easy.
What we were going to need is some pencils. I have a whole set that has a 6H, 4H, 2H. I even added a 2HB. That's usually what I use to draw. B, 2B, 4B, 3B, 6B, 8B, 9B. I also have these little thingies to spread the pencil marks. Sharpie, that could be very practical. I'll put it right here. I have a brush that you can get from any makeup box or any brush. We also need sharpener, just an ordinary sharpener, and I'll put that right there. We need erasers. So there's three kinds of erasers. There's the typical white eraser. That kind of is like a plasticky. And when you erase paper, it can take the paper apart. But if you don't erase too hard, you can use just an ordinary eraser. And then there's this other eraser, which when you erase, it falls apart. Not the paper, the eraser falls apart. That's a better kind. And then you have a kneaded eraser. This is called a kneaded eraser. See how much it's used? And a kneaded eraser is really to lift up the pencil marks, which is graphite. So I'm going to put those aside. You need tissue, okay? So I'll put these aside right here so that you could see. I'll move this over right here like this. So I was thinking we also need a sheet of paper. Any sheet of paper, because when you're going to be drawing, you're going to put your hand down and you're going to be drawing. So if you want to have a dirty hand, then that's not a good thing. I also have paper. The paper I'm using is called Fabriano, and it's 60 pounds. So it could be used. It could be used a bit. You could put a bit of watercolors in there too. But I'm just going to be using ordinary, just pencil. So what I usually do is make sure that my sheet is all nice and clean. I have some cuff marks here and there. You never use your fingers because our hands have all kinds of oils, and it doesn't help with the paintings. With the drawings, I mean. Sometimes when you're drawing, it'll you won't be able to come back on it. So I'm just gonna do a little ordinary landscape. I've done this in watercolor, so I'm gonna just put myself a little composition. Usually it's the rules of thirds. So I'll have a path going something like this. And then the path gets smaller. And then something like that. Sounds good? I'll just make it a little darker so you guys can see the path. I'm not worried about it. And you know, I love birch trees. That's I love doing birch trees. So I'm gonna start by preparing the biggest birch trees right down here. I'm not worried about these lines because I can come in and just erase them. You see that? There we go. I'm just going to make a composition of all kinds of trees. It's a forest. So this one's just a little bit bigger. I didn't make it big enough. Rule of thumb, very important. What's closer to you is, of course, bigger, and what's further is smaller. And I'll put another one right here. It's about the same size as those guys. These trees are just a little bit smaller. I'm gonna put 2 trees together, something like that. I'm not putting any branches in. So if you say, oh my God, where are my trees? I can't see them. You can come in and do some erasing so that you can see where your trees are, okay? Always remember not to use your hands. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 trees. And I'm gonna put another one here, 6. And then I'm gonna put one right here. And these are farther away, so they're really tiny. All of these are little trees way in the back. They can be just lines because we won't see them really. Sounds good? So now I'm gonna just remove my lines from inside, clean that up so that I know where some of those trees are. And I'll put one here. Here we go. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We need another one. There's a whole bunch in the back. And I'll just put double trees right here. And it kind of goes in a, it's falling over. There we go. All right. So this is just to give me an idea where all these trees are. And what we can do is just make sure that we remove all the lines that we have. And we'll be right back.